Wagwan, welcome back to Chat Bout. Today we're diving into a delicious bit of history about some of our favourite foods. Mango, ackee, yam and more. And ever wonder how these ended up in Jamaica? They didn't just fall from the skies, you know. Grab a cup of, or perhaps a slice of mango, and let's get into it. Let's start with the mango. Sweet, juicy and quite honestly the best fruit ever. But here's the kicker. It's not originally Jamaican. Nah, mango hail from South Asia, specifically the Indo-Burma section. Long before anyone in Jamaica ever heard of mango, they were being enjoyed over there. How did mangoes get here? Well, we can thank the Spanish and the Portuguese for that. They brought them over during their colonising adventures. While Jamaica didn't invent mangoes, we did create our very own variety. The Julie mango, the Julie, the queen of mangoes. Then there's the East Indian, big and fibrous, and don't forget Blackie, which has a bit of a tangy twist. Now on to Ackee, and oh, do I have a story for you. This little beauty came to Jamaica through quite the adventure. Captain William Bligh, yeah, that Bligh, brought it here in 1793 on his second voyage to Jamaica. And trust me, darling, getting these foods to Jamaica was no simple sailing trip. You see, after the infamous mutiny on the Bounty in 1789, where his crew dashed him off his own ship, imagine the drama, right? Captain Bligh didn't just give up. No, he came back with another ship, the Providence, determined to make his mark. You see, he sailed from Britain to Tahiti collecting plants along the way, included our beloved breadfruit. The man was on a mission, commissioned by King George III himself, to bring food, plants to feed the enslaved people in the British colonies. But here's where it gets interesting. While everyone talks about breadfruit, Bligh didn't stop there. He brought over 2,000 plants to Jamaica, including our ackee, which he picked up from West Africa. Can you imagine all these plants carefully nursed on a wooden ship crossing rough seas? The first breadfruit plant actually died on his first voyage when the crew mutinied. But Bligh, stubborn as a mule, tried again and succeeded. Yeah, but we're talking about ackee, right? Here's a word of caution. Ackee can be deadly if eaten before it's fully ripe. You have to let it open naturally. It's like a stubborn picnic, come around at its own time. Well, once it's ready, oh, that buttery texture is divine. Enslaved Africans during their unimaginable hardship adapted to using ackee and turned it into a source of nourishment. So whenever you enjoy a plate of ackee and saltfish, give a thought to their resilience. And back to the breadfruit. This here is another one of Bligh's imports. In February 1793, he landed in Port Royal, Jamaica. Yes, Port Royal, once deemed the wickedest place in Jamaica, he came with 347 breadfruit plants. The Bath Botanical Gardens in St. Thomas became their first home in Jamaica. From there, they spread across the island. But let me tell you something, the enslaved people initially refused to eat it. They called it slave food because that's exactly why it was brought here. But over time, we made it our own, creating delicious ways to prepare it. And now the humble yam. You might have heard Usain Bolt talk about yellow yam being his secret to running like the wind. But yams too aren't originally from Jamaica. Most of the yams we love today, like white yam and yellow yam, came from Africa. And we've got so many types: cocoa yam, sweet yam, and even the lesser known yampi. You know what's fascinating? These foods travelled across the oceans, each carrying stories of resilience and survival. The journeys were perilous, storms, disease and pirates. But perhaps most remarkable is how enslaved Africans, enduring unimaginable hardship, preserved yam tubers and seeds during the brutal Middle Passage. They ensured not just the survival of these plants, but also the continuation of their cultural knowledge. So there you have it. The foods we enjoy today tell a rich story of journeys across oceans, resilience and creativity. Mango from Asia, ackee from Africa, breadfruit from the Pacific and yams from Africa and the Americas. Enslaved people, colonizers and other ancestors all played a role in shaping our culinary heritage, and now these foods are as Jamaican as reggae and a good Sunday dinner. Until next time, keep eating good food and telling great stories. Remember, every bite has a history. This has been Miss T for Chat Bout. Until next time, unawat good.